more hate, we'd be okay. We'd get along better if you had a little more fucking hate. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. It's Janet and Jason again with your morning daily astrology, tarot, and human design energy report. Jason is glowing this morning. He's literally in a dark little room with one light on or something, but look at all the light that he's reflecting. He looks like the gosh darn full moon.
Yeah, so folks, hang in there because I'm experimenting with different color things from my old modeling days because I sometimes have to have, as you know, a portable studio.
Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Natasha. Good
and
morning.
Rosanna Dana is in the house.
Hey, flick that teeny tiny sweat ball off the tip of your nose. What are you trying to do? Make me sick? I wish everybody knew what I was doing.
Well, we are having a good time. Jason has ants in his pants this morning. He can't seem to sit still, but that's okay because the moon today.
Guys, I'm lucky I'm here. I've got things happening. Things are falling. What is going on?
I'll tell you. You want to know what's going on? Today, Mercury is conjunct the sun, which literally means, people, we are halfway through the retrograde cycle. It seems like I've been dealing with this retrograde, though, for months.
More of a lift? More of a force?
What?
Does that mean that Mercury gets more of a punch?
Well, it does. It has some really good meanings for us today, actually, because Mercury, think about it like this. You've got the sun over here and you've got Earth right here. And Mercury is passing between the two, i.e. it is conjuncting both Earth and the sun. And when it does that, when it passes between the two, the two bodies, we get what we call an inferior conjunction. And that marks that halfway point of the Mercury retrograde cycle. So hallelujah, we're halfway done. But it's also a really great time because you've got this energy sort of telescoping from the sun through Mercury, communication, and right into the Earth of new ideas, new possibilities, opportunities, the ability to look at problems in a new way, the ability to look at the situation you're in and maybe see new or different ways of solving issues. It can be a very creative, idea-driven time. And having said that, now I've got a bunch of people that are going to be thinking, hey, okay, well, I'm just going to go out and start something new. I didn't say it's a good time to start anything new, but it is a good time for those ideas and those interesting opportunities that you want to take to show up in your life and start, being able to energize them.
Can you do me a favor? Because it's a little wishy-washy. I know what you're saying. I wonder what other people are saying. What I mean by that is, okay, here I am. And let's just say I'm in the trough or whatever it might be. And I'm starting to get downloads. I'm starting to get information. Janet, what do I do with that information today?
Play with it.
Well, what does that mean besides taking action on it to make it happen, since we're always so do-it-driven, happen-driven? I'm getting all this information today, so now what do? I start to write it down. I start to record it. I start to...
Write it down. See how it would integrate with things that you're doing already. Maybe pencil it out in a way that, like, this is the great idea and this is how this plays out in my life, or this is how this plays out with my, job, whatever the area of your life it is. Wherever Mercury is sitting in your personal chart is where this is going to play out. But don't take any action. Don't start anything new right now. This isn't a time to start something new. This is like the little seed that you plant and you're just now starting to see the little tips come up through the soil. And, you don't want to pluck it. It's not ready yet. It's not ready for you to consume it yet. It's not ready for you to act upon it. But it is time for you to start looking at it, nurturing the idea, the whatever it is. This is a time. I'm going to take a look at what you asked, that question, through human design today, because good morning, Suzanne. Fulmer. I love that last name. I don't know why. It's like Fulmer, I don't know, light, full something. If we look at through, if we look at this energy of Mercury through human design, we see it sitting at the gate 26. We lost Jason. I have a feeling he froze. He's having issues this morning. So hopefully he can come back in. If not, we'll do the phone thing. So when we're sitting at gate 26 is called the gate of integrity. Its highest expression is when you are allowing the light of divine will through your body and into your DNA and expressing your life through that divine will as sort of a tool. I hate that word, but as sort of a device that the divine is using in your reality. Bending light, as it were, to your will and advantage, but trying to take it, instead of using your will, allowing divine will to show you the way. I'm struggling with this a little bit because this is interesting energy. The idea of the light of your will. Remember, everything in our world is all said about you just go out and do it, right? If you have this idea, you go out and you do it. Oh, here he comes in again. Yay. And if you're going to just go out and do it against the energy of your personal human design, then you're going to have a lot of butting up against energies. Welcome back, Jasonian.
Are you ready?
Yeah. What happened?
So I'm going to turn the camera on real quick so that everybody understands. This is not just, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make it up. So I found I found from the modeling days, this big cone that has a silver reflective inside, which is great for being on camera. I'll put it this way. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. And what I have done is across here, I put tape. Because I've realized that with this thing, if it is in the middle of the circle, it is the best look. It's the warmest, most beautiful. Okay. So I did an entire 9-minute video for Janet the other day, and I used this technique. All of a sudden, I'm in the middle of the broadcast, and the phone goes black and says, emergency, unit too hot. Evidently, the bulb from the back of it got it too hot. So here I am like a moon yacht. I'm glad, Michelle, I can make fucking someone laugh. So here I am like a moon yacht, turning on the air conditioner to high full force, turbo blast. And I'm like, during Mercury retrograde. So anyway, thank you for letting me make you all laugh. But I didn't catch any of that. So you were talking about the moon and then...
Jason's having a Mercury retrograde morning, apparently. So we'll continue on with our conversation about light. So when we have gate 26 engaged, which we do because Mercury is sitting there and tomorrow we're going to have Venus sitting there. We're talking about gate 26, Jason.
Don't mind me. I'll just be here in the corner.
He's just going to pop in and out on us today. So this is funny because we're talking about divine will versus your personal will. And because Mercury is sitting at gate 26, if you have these brilliant ideas coming in, the immediate response that we have in response to your question is that we want to go out and take action on it. So I'll bring him back up to speed at another time. So in other words, today is the day when these brilliant ideas come up. You're going to allow that light, because it's all light. Information is all light. I just about had a tantrum a second ago. And allow that light in through your DNA, and then let divine will guide you on how to use that energy. Don't put yourself in a position of having to be the prideful human that says, okay, I got to take this and I got to run with it. Because divine will, along with divine intervention, a divine timing, and all those wonderful divine things, puts us in the right place at the right time with the right people at the in a way that has ease and flow in the way that things unfold for us. So as opposed to humans who take their willpower, and I have a defined will, so I know all about this, divine will's out the window when my willpower gets kicked in, and now I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm trying to make things happen. And then when it blows up, I'm like, well, what the hell, right? I did something wrong. Who knows what it is that goes through my mind. But essentially what happens when we're doing that is we're cutting off the light. So allowing the light.
Carol Ann.
Yeah, go into the light. Don't go into the light, but allow the light to run through you to fully engulf your body and guide you to the right circumstances in the right time, in the right place with the right people, etc., etc. So before Jason jumps off again or falls off or whatever happens here, Jason, pull us a card for today.
Oh, I'm like the
You know,
disgruntled.
I thought it was clever that you had that round mirror up there. You know why? Because it reminds me of how, what is that movie? The Mummy, where in Egypt they take the mirrors and they focus the light at the mirror, and then that mirror bounces off another mirror, and it, you know, enlightens people in a really powerful way. You became enlightened. Or less
If only
light?
it was so easy. If only it was so easy as a circular mirror.
No kidding.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Good morning, Cassandra. What's we got? Ooh, an Ace of Swords, it looks like.
Yeah.
Here, let me hide you. There you go. Ace of Swords. Beautiful card. I really like this card.
Gorgeous card. Eye of God in the hilt, all the way up through the shaft. I just need to say shaft. So, and what do you call it? The 12 planets above it in a circle, and you've got this beautiful, cool sky. It is a card that is born out of the major arcana of the balance card.
Oh.
Which is the temperance and or the metering of the waves. It's the first time we see truth, really, in a way that is sometimes, I'd like to say it's all good, but what happens is when this card goes a little awry, how do I say this and make it sound, if you have a false sense of pride, if you have a highly defined ajna, if you are going in the opposite direction of enlightenment with respects to this card, you end up telling people that this is an eggplant with a certain amount of certainty, to the point where people look at you like, his truth is very different than my truth. So truth, truth, truth. So what do you do with the card? Well, the card tells you to stay in alignment. The card is a card that says you have a great opportunity to, it is the first card, therefore, just like your download, it is the first part of it, and it's perfect, and it's truth, and it is untouched by all of your maturations and
all of your mind things.
Exactly. Let's see, Roseanne says, I don't have will center, and I do that too. Well, you're just a freak.
I think, aren't we all freaks? I mean, come on, we're all freaks in some way.
Freak.
We have.
Oh, I see Our Lady liked the word shaft. I'm glad somebody out there caught that when I said it. Thank you, Yah. And I'm going to make the assumption it's yay, because there are 2 A's after the first letter of your name. So I'm just called you yay, and you correct us with a text if I'm wrong.
Oh, yay.
Anyway, so the card is basically saying stick to your truth, but hear other people's truths as well. And if you refuse those truths, then you come off looking like an asshole. No one wants to be around you because you're just not getting it, or you're not being open to playing well. So truth is an interesting card. It's a card that can go in any direction depending on what's coming around it. So let's have a little shishi, a little fun. Let's have a kiki, shall we?
Can we have a kiki after a minute? I have a question about that card. Oh, look at that. The card that you were just showing us, the Ace of Swords, are the planets that are circling. Are you sure it's planets, or are those the different phases of the moon? The different.
I'll have to look, because in my card deck, excuse me, in my card deck, there is a repeating symbology of the 12 planets. It happens in the old Rider-Waite, rather Marseille deck as well. And of course, now I'm going to go look through it. May I get back to you on that, or I'll just
Yes, you may.
go through
I was just curious because if it's the 12 zodiac signs, I mean, and it could be the representation of the moon in each one of those signs, perhaps, or the ruling planet of that sign. I don't know, but I just thought that was interesting.
My cards are all over the place, but I wanted to see what was happening if there was something up against it.
Okay.
So the message is, and I think it's kind of funny, folks. Now we know that the 1 card, the Magician card, and then the 7 card, they are connected. And this is the what?
The 6 of Swords.
The 6
of 7 of Swords.
It's a 7 of Swords.
Swords.
Even though there's that interference, Janet, we still see that same sword from before.
Yes.
Stick to your truth today. That's the important thing, is for everybody to stick to their truth and be truthful to themselves today. I know I'm going to do that today. As soon as I'm done with this fucking broadcast, I'm going to lock myself in this room and continue to write. I haven't written my show. I haven't finished up what I need to do. I got to stay true to that. Now, is it tempting to go out and do a lot of other things? Yes. But all those lines of interference tell me that I have to be strong today. Stick to your plan. Now, if your plan is a new download, that's a different conversation. However, that's about as much around this card as I think you're going to get for the day. It's all about matters of truth. Sticking to your truth, holding on to your truth too much. Truthy, 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 truth.
There's something to be said about that, because sometimes our truth isn't the correct truth. We adopt it as a truth, and then we run with the ball, assuming it to be the truth. And then what we're doing is running in exactly the wrong direction. And life is throwing out things, to try to tell you, turn back, don't go that direction. But we're so in our will that we're using that willpower to keep us moving in that direction, even when the universe is putting out energy to show you that that's not the direction to go. This is, we could have an entire days long conversation around the energy of will and emotion. And there are 2 different centers in the human design, and yet they're connected because the will center has lines that reach down to the emotional center, and or channels that reach down. So they are connected in some ways. And it's an interesting energy when we find ourselves with this idea that we have of truth, and we're moving toward that truth or running with that idea of truth. And then what happens when we discover that we've wasted a ton of energy, a ton of time moving in the wrong direction, right? If you're an emotionally defined person, you end up in the low part of your wave, or you're on that plateau as a generator, and now you're ready to quit, or you're ready to pull your hair out because frustration now is the energy of, in human design, we call it the not self energy. The not self energy is just literally what you experience in your outer world, in your inner world even, when you're not living your type and your strategy. So that's a different discussion, but one that bears watching this today, with Mercury here in the middle, giving us lots of great ideas. Don't take action except to say, okay, how does this fit? I would even surrender the whole idea and just see how it unfolds. Allow divine will to energize it with more and more light and see where it takes you. Because if we're going to have this interference pattern showing up, it means that you may adopt a position that is not the correct position just because there were these interference things going on. So I think we're still in that caution, don't take action, but look at those new ideas and see how you might be able to integrate them as time goes on here. So let's take a look at some of the content or comments as I wasn't paying attention to them. We have someone named Pramila. What a pretty name. Good morning, Pramila.
I have to say, it's very pretty, and of course it evokes some kind of like 1800 like British BBC show. Good afternoon. I'd like to introduce you to my daughter, Pramila. I mean, it's...
You have the best accents. I could never do that. And yay says yes.
Because,
Yes.
yay! Yay. I love it.
Not sure if that is her name or what. Anyway, here she has another comment. So let's read this. True, I had to honor my truth, but I lost her. Where'd she go? But I was willing to drop it to get out of my situation. Very deep. I gotta now regroup. Ooh, maybe you should pull her a card.
A card.
A card.
All right, and that's only because I'm in
This
love.
is for you, yay, yas.
No, it would be yay.
She says, thank you, because I needed to drop the idea and a few hoes, too, along the way. I'm not sure if she means, like, people.
Oh, honey. I'm so
sorry. It means full of love. Her name means full of love.
Yeah? Oh.
That's what she says. Pramila, it means full of love.
That's beautiful. Baby girl. You must be going through a lot more bullshit than you're letting us know. You are yeah. So this card tells me right now that you're in a state of worry, a deep concern. You are not, you're not fucking happy. So that would be your card for today, but I refuse to leave you with gloom and doom. Yeah.
Wait, what card was that, Jason?
Pardon me, the 5 of discs, excuse me.
Gotcha.
Don't worry about it, because by tomorrow, 2 of swords comes in for you. That
Beautiful.
means great father figure, mother figure, best friend, sticking to the people. Oh, that's what the deal is. You have to drop some dead wood and focus on your good friends. Yeah. A is the correct pronunciation. Thank you, my dear. You know, I've studied so many languages. Anyway, so for you, don't worry about it. It's going to get better, but you need to drop the dead wood. And that's what's sapping you.
Well, she has her name means warrior queen. I think that's probably a good way for her to live that.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear the name, I would talk, and then all the rest of it, you don't think, oh, confectionery baker. You know, it's not what you think when you hear that name. You think, you know, like God princess, like what was her name? The Greek lady, Xena.
Warrior princess, yes. Or Ceres, Eris. Eris was the warrior goddess.
Yes.
The one we've been dealing with that has been conjunct Uranus, who's responsible for all these men having to fall now because they were abusing the feminine principle, downright abusing women. So
Did you hear the latest?
What now?
You know, and it's only like a New York City or Brooklyn Jew broad who will just take it down. So now here's Bette Midler. I mean, she's now a living legend, right? She's an icon, right?
Yep.
Looking fabulous, and I don't even care if her belly button is here anymore. Whatever. Looking, well, you know, from all the face. Anyway, you know, she goes online and she's cavalier about it, and she's like, "These girls today," she said, "you gotta know how to handle men. You don't think Geraldo Rivera exposed himself to me back in the..." She starts naming an interview and a time and a day and a hanging out where Geraldo Rivera pushed his way into her trailer and, tried to have it off with her. And I'm being a Brooklyn Jew, being a really ballsy broad. I think she made some comment about his little dick or something and just shut him down. Shut him down. And so it was all over TMZ and all this other stuff. And Bette was very calm about it. She's like, yeah, there are a lot of schmucks in the business. You deal with it. It's show business. It's the hardest business there is. So it was like, wow. Okay. And then they, of course, did, you know, close-ups of Geraldo Rivera. And, you know, you could see he was kind of like, very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable stuff right there. All right, Pramila. Pramila would like a reading for the day. Pramila Tracy Pickett. Oh my God! If that isn't like a fucking name out of Jane Eyre, I don't know what is. What's going on with you, my little Pramila? Oh, Pramila is sitting pretty. We got the Queen of Discs, fortune, money, happiness. Now, this is one of my favorite cards. I call her like Erda, Earth Mother. She is sitting pretty, reaping the reward. She's got large breasticles. She is happier than hell. She has flora and fauna all around her. She is being taken care of by the abundance of the universe. Good day for you, lady. So good that I would also tell you that there's a little hidden message here. If you can today, get into nature and do a little gratitude work. You're very blessed.
Nice.
Message for you.
That was a very nice reading.
Janet never says that. Usually she's like, oh my God.
Well, I think it's always nice when you can tell somebody, look, it's great. Sometimes you get those other cards like, and yet they're great too. I mean, sometimes it's really good to understand what the hell is going on, under the surface, or why things are happening the way they are.
And I tell you, it's fascinating because when you think of the age of these cards and the centuries old and the wisdom and all that stuff. I just did a 9-minute video for Janet. And, Cassandra, you were just greedy. You're like a greedy bottom. She's like, please.
In other words, he loves you, Cassandra, and he would happily pull a card for you.
There you go. There's the Janet Goodwitch we love. I'm just foul and rotten today. But where was I talking about? Wait, get me back on track. I was saying something. You never listened to me.
The video you shot for me.
Take that card, for example, Janet. To be honest with you, I could do that strength card in 2 minutes. 2 minutes is all I need. Seriously. Like the Reader's Digest, hardcore, here's the information. Now, can we say that about the Moon card? Can we say that about the Death card? No, as these cards go into the tertiary period, they become hardcore because there's more and more and more enlightenment. So it's interesting. Some of them are so packed, and some of them the message is very simple. So
simple is good. So we have Cassandra who would like a card, and Suzanne Fulmer would like a direction card.
Only because I am hateful today. I will say yes to everyone. But when Janet and I started this, we said we would only pull one card.
We did. He did. I didn't. I just said, whatever you want to do, Jason, do.
Hey, what does Roseanne mean about tarot history? Would you like to know a little bit about that? Or better yet, just let me know your thoughts. Okay. So who am I reading?
Suzanne and Cassandra.
Okay, Cassandra first. Cassandra,
Let me hide the comments so that, there you go. Now you can show the card.
Cassandra, I've known you for a long time now.
8 of Cups.
You are not changing. You are stubborn. And I will bet you if you have your chart done by fucking Janet, she'll tell you have a defined ajna. That not being said, Janet, tell Cassandra what's happening in this beautiful card of 8 of Cups, which is not so beautiful.
It looks like there's a bunch of fluid pouring into the cups, and then it's pouring out the bottom.
Yeah, that would be green, especially Cassandra. Money, 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 money. Don't do stupid shit with Christmas. Don't buy any expensive electronics unless you're going to get like the highest end security package. What's it called? Insurance. I want you to not overspend with this fucking Christmas. This is your mental, physical, and emotional energy coming in and burping out the bottom. It's just, I'm not okay with that. So do me a favor.
Leaking or bleeding energy is what I'm thinking of.
You're not holding on to anything, which is fine if you want to be a non-entity and just be the conduit of insanity. But we need to get beyond that point. And this woman is a very capable, fucking beautiful lady. I did a one card identifier with her, and we did it live. And I have to tell you, she's pretty fucking with it. So, to be honest with you, what did she say? I didn't get her comment.
Which one? Cassandra?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can go back. You are full of love, Jason. I don't know if that was the comment. Yeah, says you guys are good energy. Thank you. Uh,
So someone's having.
oh, here it is. Thank you, Cassandra Wallace, for hipping me to the show. Cassandra says I can dig that.
All right, we're having a lot of wonderful ebonics, but I'm so old-fashioned. I can dig that too. Anyway.
Now, Suzanne says she feels completely lost today.
By the name of Suzanne feels unwell today.
Not unwell, lost.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Well, that certainly can't be feeling well. Before I got on the broadcast today, Suzanne, I was going to pull a, hey, Janet, why is everything feeling wishy-washy and lost again? So I want you to know that I have a feeling that I'm feeling completely lost is not just your own stuff. I think people are feeling really lost. They're feeling really lost because they're not being led by a president, so they feel lost for direction. And, the fish rots from the head. I think all of us are having a little bit of that. But, Suzanne, do not despair. Coming in at you, honey. Donna. It's one of my favorite cards.
The Two of Cups.
Yeah, it's like the love bird, love. If you want to find a way out of your lostness, try focusing on love. Try doing some volunteer work today. Try doing a gratitude journal. Try knowing you're here for. Hello. Okay.
Your sound.
So, anyway, can you hear me?
No.
No, you can't hear me?
Hello? Now I can.
So just know that you're here, obviously, as we all are, for a purpose. And feeling lost, Jesus did, Buddha did, everybody did. This card lets me know that you have love in your life. And so you need to really just shift the gear now. And from now on, every time you're going, oh, I feel lost, stop. Put a rubber band on, flick it, have the word love on there. What do you feel lost about, lady? I could read you the riot act. You are doing well enough to be on some kind of a computer or phone or social media to be able to see us. You probably have food on your table. Probably have a little love in your life, a roof over your head. We are fucking doing better than most of the world out there trying to get it together. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't reach for more. I'm just saying, don't feel so lost. You're doing awesome. It's all perspective. So.
It goes back to what I was saying yesterday about in the human design template, the human, how you are designed is with joy at your root, right? The root center is anchored in two energies. The energy of joy and the energy of creativity, imagination, wonder, fantasy. That forms the basis of the root center, and all the energy comes up from there. So if there's nothing else to do and you're lost because you don't know what to do, then just be. just be joy, just be love. Jason said love is that card. Just be love. That's all the energy that you can put out today. There is nothing wrong with that. It's the outer world that is pressuring you to do, to find a path forward, to find a purpose. But your purpose is joy and love.
Now, I think all of you know that I am hardly Mr. Shits and Giggles. Like, I wake up in the morning, if I see a dreary sky, I'm like, ugh. But you know what? For some reason, the Lord Jesus Christ, the Spirit of Christ compelled me. Where's my cross? Wait, it's around here.
Where's your cross?
Wait, is it? Where is that? Is it available? No, it's not available. Anyway, the Spirit of Christ compelled me, and I got up this morning, and it was Dewey. You know Dewey?
Dewey? Yeah, I live in the Pacific Northwest. I know Dewey.
Wait, and get the lighting. The power of Christ. The snapshot they're going to take of that, like on the power of Christ compels me. I got up this morning and it was dreary and disgusting and cold. And do you know what I actually said?
Hallelujah.
No, I said, well, it's sunny somewhere.
Nice.
Right? I've never said shit like that. That must be that you're rubbing off on me. Bitch.
No, yeah, I must be rubbing off on you because it's not sunny here today. So it's not sunny here, but somewhere it must be sunny.
That's dramatic lighting. I got to figure this lighting out.
I got to tell you, for a moment, I thought I was watching a paranormal show. You know, as you're looking for your cross.
As Jason looks at his heat tachometer to see if anybody's breathing air. Anyway.
I got to tell you guys something. This is so bizarre. I love ghost stories and all that kind of stuff. I really do. If there's a paranormal show on, I'm going to watch it.
Next Halloween, if we're doing the show still, next Halloween, we need to do a little, like, what's it called? Reading. Dramatic reading of scary stories that we like. I didn't know that about you.
Oh my gosh, I have more ghost stories that I can share, more experiences in that realm than I can ever tell you. But this happened to me last night. Not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times. Yes, I said that. I'm so sorry. I was sitting in my living room. I'm sitting in my living room and I'm waiting for Terry to come home. Terry, my husband. It's dark because it gets dark here at 4:00 in the afternoon. And I look, something catches my eye. I look up and there's a person standing at my front door. I have a glass front door. The whole thing, top to bottom, is glass. Only when I looked, there was nobody standing there. And I'm like, whoa, startled. And so then I went back to whatever I was doing. I'm watching the television or something, and something catches my eye. Again, I look at my front door, and there's a person standing at my front door. Only there's no person standing at my front door. The third time, I finally go, who are you? And every time what kept crystallizing is I have this mobile that's hanging on my door so that the birds don't crash into it. And it's a picture of the sun moon, right? The sun moon kind of in a hug. And so, of course, every time I looked over, it appeared that was the face. And I never did get an answer, by the way, of who was at my door. But 3 times yesterday afternoon, somebody was at my door, only they would disappear every time.
Let's see if Ebonics are rubbing off on the divine. I can't handle it. Laugh my...
But
AO? My bow? Laugh my bowel movement? What does that mean? Or is that maybe... Oh, maybe
I'm
it's
sure
a
that's...
typo. Maybe it's a typo.
Laugh my big ass off.
I would love to know if Michelle there, who is hypersensitive to people who have crossed over, can sense. Hi, Robert. Hey, Christian. Oh, these are people that are talking while they're here and while we're performing?
Yeah,
how
saying hello to one another.
Pay the fuck attention, Christian. Anyway, so where was I in my insanity? Please help me out.
I have no idea.
Anyway, okay, I lost my train of thought, but I didn't realize people could write, Janet. Got it. I didn't know that people could do that. I would love for Michelle, who's listening, to try and focus in and see who is the man that was standing on Janet's door. I already have, as soon as she said it, Mom came in and told me. So I would be interested. That's Mr. Bitch to you, Christian.
I'm not sure if they're talking to one another or us. So maybe I'll just
to one another. Right now they're talking to one another. They don't realize they're talking to one another, but I do hope they start to
their comments are live.
Are you a top? Are you a bottom? Oh my God. I love my Janet.
Things have gotten out of control here this morning.
I know, right? Medicafe, we give you a little bit of everything. Now listen, if the first chakra ain't in it, I'm not interested. So, isn't that funny? That's the new bumper sticker. If my first chakra ain't in it, I'm not interested. That's terrible. Hedonists unite. What else, Janet? What the fuck else do you have for me today? Oh, so going forward, I think, Janet, depending on how much time we always give ourselves, I don't need to get my ass cracked today. So, at the chiropractor, we'll have to decide on a set number of card readings or not. It's up to you. I'm game with any and all.
Ooh, somebody told me to expect company. Yeah.
Again.
I hope it's happy company.
Yeah, it is. He's happy for you.
Nice. Well, as long as it's a happy thing, yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. Now, you would have known if it was something unpleasant. They tend, I have found in my experience when I've done house cleansings and such, to manifest themselves in such a way that you'll smell an unpleasant odor. Sometimes there'll be a drop in temperature, not always. But definitely things breaking or things, being missing. That kind
Yeah.
of miss.
You know, what the reason I know that this was an actual example of something that was happening is that I sit in the same place every evening, and I have never misread that somebody was standing at my door, right? That's never happened to me, but 3 times
Right.
sitting there, somebody was at my door and it caught my attention. So I'm not sure who it was or what the experience was all about, but I'm assuming I will figure this out. Ya says,
Yeah.
old folks say when your doorbell rings, you will have guests soon, and it could be loved ones on the other side wanting to be acknowledged. Very nice. And I did have a sister just pass away a couple of weeks back. So perhaps but no, it was a man. It was a male. It was a male presence. It wasn't female.
Correct.
Yeah, I got that right. I mean, I got that. But anyway, it's all good. So I guess I'm done for today. Jason, do you have anything else to say? What's on your show this week?
Not a fucking clue. I'll know maybe more today. No idea.
Okay. All right, I that's good. His show isn't on until tomorrow night, and my show Thursday. Let's see, did I even finish up what I was doing last week? We were talking about the winter solstice.
Correct.
I think there is probably more that I want to say about what's coming in 2018.
Oh, all right. I know that probably the predictive stuff, but I know that you finished out on the summer solstice stuff because we were reading a lot of people towards the end, and you had said, okay, I think I'm done with that. Now let's just do reading. So
that's right, because last week we were having such technical issues.
Oh, don't start me. I just threw up my hands and said, whatever. You run the studio.
One of those
I can't
most frustrating things.
My nipples twirling. My nipples were just twirling and twirling. It was terrible. I have 3 nipples that I play with.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for tuning in this morning. We love having you in our rooms, in our faces, and in our lives. And I hope everybody has a great day. We love you. Bye. Jason, love you. See you tomorrow morning.
Oh, yes.
Bye. Perfect timing. The bell's ringing.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.